Hey there guys, Darkman here and welcome back for Dragon Ball Super Chapter 11. Vegeta enters the ring and I am so happy that we are back with the good chapters. His last chapter just sucked the biggest of no-no zone, no-no squares down here. And this chapter is awesome. Especially watching Frost just get kneed so hard. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, let's just get into this thing. Like, let's not waste any more time. I'm already late on all of these as it is. Let's not use any more time. So Vegeta's just like pretty much saying like, yeah, he's going to battle next. Even though the alien guy's saying, well, Piccolo was nullified, so he's back in. But he's back in, so shouldn't it be him who fights next? And he pretty much just says, stupid cars. He pretty much just says, I don't see Piccolo complaining, and Piccolo's just kind of like, yeah, you can go. But then Beerus is just kind of like, what about Goku? He got stabbed too. Look at this hole. Look at it. And like, I love the way he says it. Like, we'll put up the picture of it. How he says it. Like, he's just like, yeah, come on. And so the alien guy just kind of like the announcer just says, okay, Goku's back in, so it's Goku's turn. But Vegeta just kind of says like, fuck him, I'm next. Got that? And so it's just like, so the announcer guy says, okay, so I'll go after Monaka, but then Beerus says, no, Monaka has to be last. He's absolutely last. No one can go before him. Which, because of the internet and the fact that the anime is way ahead of where we are right now, just stupid. I kind of feel like they should have like, okay, this is like a little, this has nothing to do with like this chapter, but I kind of feel like for the anime they should have waited to start it before like there were 4 chapters of the manga out, and then they could kind of run at the same time, you know, or have the, I think his name was like I forgot what the guy's name is, or he could have just drawn like 28 chapters of these before he started, so then it could be a weekly series. That would be awesome. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to think of that. And so Vegeta and Frost just kind of like start their fight. Yeah, they're pretty much just saying like, I'll make you cry, no, I'll make you cry. And so Vegeta turns Super Saiyan and just starts beating him relentlessly, which is awesome. And then Vegeta just kind of like, alright, I'm done with this. Grabs him, knees him. Like, it's kind of like one of the knees, like where like they knee him and you can like see the knee. He sends Frost off. Vegeta's just kind of like, nope, I'm not done with you, and just blasts him off. And Vegeta just says like, don't worry, he's not dead yet. And Goku's just kind of like, man, this sucks. He seemed like such a nice guy, but he turned out to be exactly like Frieza. And so they say like the next fight, not the next move, I don't even know what the move is between Vegeta and Ata Magetta. That's a weird name. And so he comes up drinking oil. And he says, and Vegeta's just kind of like, just staring at him. And suddenly just like steam just like starts coming off him, and he just like looks super intimidating. And like the Supreme Kais are just kind of like, that's not actually a robot, is it? And the Supreme Kais from Universe 6 are just like, no, he's a metal man from Galaxy 66,950. Do they have him in your universe? I'm sure of it. And it turns out that they might be. They kind of just say like, I might have heard of him, whatever. So they begin the fight. Vegeta just goes to punch him, and it does absolutely nothing except hurt Vegeta. And Magetta just kind of like bops him on the head, but he hits his face so hard that Vegeta smacks against the ground, comes up off the ground, and falls on his back. That's the best part of the whole fight. And so Magetta just goes to step on him. He rolls out of the way and just starts firing on him, but it does nothing. And so Goku starts telling him to go for a ring out, just like toss him off. Vegeta tries to pick him up, Vegeta turns Super Saiyan, still can't pick him up. Vegeta just kind of Vegeta just kind of bops him on the head again. And Beerus is just kind of you idiot, those metal men weigh over 1,000 tons, which, when I read that, I was just kind of like, really, they still can't move that much? I mean, Goku in his base form could almost carry 40 tons, because all he said was he couldn't move, and he was having a pretty easy time with the 8 tons he was carrying. So multiply that by 50, and by the time he's like Super Saiyan 3 in the Buu Saga, he should be able to pick that thing up easily and just toss it. And then I might make another video on this alone, on how strong Goku and Vegeta are or should be based on Resurrection F. But I'd have to say that Goku right now, Goku and Vegeta are probably stronger in their base form than Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Goku. Well, Super Saiyan 3, Goku and Vegeta. You know, if Vegeta could use Super Saiyan 3 of the Buu Saga. Yeah, I'll probably make a video on that. But because I feel like their power's kind of underplayed here in this fight. Because I feel like in their base form, they should be able to pick this guy up and throw him if he's around 1,000 tons. And so he's just kind of I knew I shouldn't have taken advice from someone as dumb as him. So he starts just firing on him. He's not trying to hit Vegeta. He's aiming for the field to try and destroy it under him. Which kind of seems like a really cheap tactic. He's let's say two people are going at each other and you could say it's Vegeta versus Frost. Vegeta just stomps under Frost's feet and he falls and touches the ground. Because if Vegeta stomped, it'd probably destroy the entire thing. And he starts saying that he has nowhere to run. And Vegeta just kind of spits out oil. And I guess, well, it's his spit, and I guess his spit can stop pure energy. Okay. And so Vegeta just kind of goes insane and starts reeling back to finish him with just one giant blast. And just kind of insults him. And he kind of stuns. He stops him and it looks like he's suddenly just what? And he just falls backwards. The energy blast hits him, but it looks like it only kinked him, and he just falls over. And it turns out, from what we says, they're very sensitive they're just very sensitive beings. So if you insult them, it pretty much just breaks their little hearts, and they can't continue anymore. But when I first read that, I thought that Metal Man all had some code word in the brain, and so when he said the insult, that was the code word or something. I was like, that's a pretty weird and random code word. Vegeta has no idea what happened. He comes down. Now it's time for Kaba, which I still have no idea if that thing's a boy or a girl. Some people are saying it's oh, it's going to be the first female Super Saiyan, and then other people are Kaba, he's so weird, and they all refer to him as a he, and then it's just so weird. Yeah. And so that's the end of the chapter. So that's the end of the chapter. Yeah, it was a pretty good one. It's so much better. So much better than the last one. Kind of disappointed that we're not going to get any more from Piccolo, though. And now it's kind of making me think, hopefully Piccolo gets some type of either special training or special transformation to put him in, at least the same ballpark as Goku and Vegeta's base form. Because from Resurrection F, in their base forms, Piccolo would not stand a chance against either one of them. They could probably, flick Piccolo and his head would explode. Yeah. That sucks to be Piccolo. Because, imagine the ballpark is Goku and Vegeta's base power. Piccolo would probably be... imagine, you just, put, a bunch of, football fields and, stacked them and went away. Probably be, 50 baseball parks away. I mean, not baseball parks, football fields away from their power. So hopefully he gets something more. But that's the end. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.